Okay, folks, listen. This is a live stream, and today there was breaking news that happened today. Okay, and you know, to the people who are asleep, this, this might not mean anything, but if you've been watching my videos and you know what I'm telling you, what is coming, okay, then you're going to understand what I'm telling you right now, okay, especially in the title of this video, okay, because there has to be um, a buildup to the mark, okay? Do you not understand that? And what better way than to bring it through the music industry? Because Lucifer, because Elvis represents Lucifer, okay? Of what Lucifer was in heaven, okay? Because Lucifer was a musician. Everything that oozed out of Lucifer, who became Satan, uh, because he lost his crown name, okay? And and he was a musician in heaven, and that's what Elvis represents, because Elvis is adorned in jewels and Lucifer was adorned in jewels. He was made perfect until iniquity was found in him. Okay, anyway, listen. So today something big happened. Okay, and uh, like I said, there has to be a beginning point. Okay, to for the build up to the mark. And if you're new to the channel, you're not going to understand unless you watch. Go watch under the live stream section of this channel all the videos for the last year. All right, and uh, and you'll understand what I'm showing you. And under the video section, just watch the last three videos, which is the 666 series, which I'm going to be doing more of. But mainly watch the live stream section of this channel. All right, just the last year only. Okay. Now, so I have two predictions. Before I get to the information that I'm about to show, because I'm trying to wait for more people to get into the chat. Uh, so I have two predictions that on June 11th, there's going to be some type of spectacular event in the state of Washington, okay? And this is June 11th. Now, when I say something spectacular, I don't mean good. It's something beyond, like, it's going to be way bigger than 9/11, okay? And because this is the next 9/11, which is going to be the 6/11, the upside down 9/11. And ground zero is going to be most likely Seattle and that whole area of King County, okay? Hold on one second, folks. Just let me shut the volume off. So it's going to be mainly that whole area of King County, okay? And so get out of Washington State, okay? Especially the west side, okay? Because that whole area from King County all the way to where it looks like Elvis's head, that's where you make sure you're not part of that. All right, go as east as you possibly can in Washington State, or get out of Washington State before June 11th. Anyway, and then my second prediction is that on August 4th, Trump gets his head wound. Okay, and it's going to be most likely in Ohio, but for sure August 4th, the head wound. Okay, now, so what is going on today? The breaking news. What is it? Um, and I'm not even sure if you guys heard, but before I start, make sure you thumb up this video right now. Okay, so do it because it's important for the algorithms. Okay, because usually I don't really care, but because most of you guys don't even listen anyway, because you're a bunch of lukewarm, unappreciative, lazy bums. But anyway, so you know that in Seattle, what I've been telling you guys, pay attention. And for the people who did thumb up the video, God bless you. But listen, do you remember I told you that, because it's going to have something to do with what I'm about to show you. So, yeah, you know what? I'll wait to show this. Well, no, I'll show it now. Because I told you that Seattle, their airport is called the SeaTac Airport. And this revelation that I'm giving you on June 11th is a biblical prophecy. Okay, it is the beast out of the sea revelation. Okay, and because the two beasts are Elvis and Trump, you know, and of course Obama plays the part in this charade too, because Obama gets his head wound on. I mean, Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday. Trump gets the head wound on Obama's birthday, August 4th, and he survives the head wound. Now listen. So I told you that this June 11th event is going to be, like I said, in King County, where Seattle's in King County. And the airport over there in Washington State is called SeaTac Airport. Okay? And notice that SeaTac, okay, so I told you Elvis is the beast out of the sea. And what is the TAC? The initials are the Antichrist. So it's the Antichrist out of the sea, right? Now, you'll see why I'm showing you that in a moment, okay? And also, Elvis, like I said, I'm getting to the important information, the breaking news. Just hold on. Elvis, his name, because because I told you he's going to be birthed, his image, his name, the number of his name is going to be birthed out of the sea in Seattle. So it's like being, born again, or just your birth. You get what I'm saying? Because that's where they're going to birth the image of Lucifer. You understand what I'm saying? Because Elvis is the image of Lucifer. I mean, he's a representation of it. Anyway, so if you put Elvis birthday, okay, and hold on, I got to write it in because I didn't do it. Just give me a second here, folks. Sorry about that. So the only famous person, the most famous person is Elvis, okay? And when you add his birthday, the name Elvis with the word birthday, Elvis birthday equals the exact same as the Antichrist, okay? So the Antichrist is Elvis' birthday. All right, so they're telling you already that the birth of Elvis is the Antichrist, okay? And Elvis had a twin that was either sacrificed or, because he was an identical twin, or supposedly died at birth, right? Now, so let's get ready for the information. So what happened today? But before I show you what happened, let me just tell you these two. Let me show you these two things that has happened in the last couple of days. It's going to take only 1 minute. You'll see. And Elvis also represents the phoenix, rising from the ashes, the beast out of the sea, the kraken, the goat, the sea goat. Okay, because he was born under the January sign of the sea goat. And he's the camel that shoots through the eye of the Space Needle, okay? It's all about the needle and Seattle. Anyway, so and Elvis, his name equals water and it equals reset in gematria. Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset. Just like if I were to put water Water birthday, it would equal the Antichrist. Reset birthday, it would equal the Antichrist because Elvis equals water, Elvis equals reset. Now, um, so water, like I said, and how did God reset the earth? With a flood, okay? With Noah, and you know that Seattle, it's named after an Indian chief, and the white settlers called him Noah, the chief Seattle, whatever his name is, but they called him Noah, and the first 9/11, because this is the second 9/11, it's going to be on 6/11, the upside down 9/11. New York is where Manhattan was. And what was the original name of Seattle?
According to Wikipedia, Charles Terry and John Lowe remained at the original landing location, re-established their old land claim and called it New York, but renamed New York Alki in April.
They named it New York. Seattle was first named New York. Because see, you understand the predictive programming in there? Okay, and I can show you much more, but I'm trying to get to the point here. I've already did a 12-minute introduction into this. So when I was bringing up the water, I was trying to tell you that it's all about the portal. It's the Watergate. That's why Elvis, the only president he visited was Nixon. Nixon was the Watergate because it's Elvis Gate because Elvis equals water. Get it? So there's this thing they're talking about watermarks. Okay, because Elvis is going to be the mark, his image, his name, or the number of his name, and watermarks for AI Elvis. Look, it says, just a couple of days ago. I just want you to see that it's a thing, and they're connecting it to AI. Okay, artificial intelligence, and A is the first letter, I is the ninth letter. It's like the 19 crown, because I told you Elvis. That whole corona means crown. That whole thing was for Elvis. Look, watermark. Get it? So you have the Elvis mark already connecting to AI and all this stuff, right? And there's going to be an AI show in London coming up, an artificial intelligence show, some holographic nonsense in London in November. Okay, but that's going to be, after my two predictions. But so why am I bringing this all up? Okay, because and that AI thing in London just happened in this year. They brought it out, and all the other predictive programming I've shown you in the last few days. Watch the last like 4 or 5 live streams to get all that. Anyway, so now that AI is rampant when it comes to people using AI imagery to make other and AI voices too to make songs that people didn't even sing, like the actual people didn't sing. You know what I mean? So they make an AI image of Elvis singing and dancing. It's not even him, and they, whatever they're doing, these people on YouTube and whatever platforms, they're making money off of it. Okay, and for some reason they're not stopping it. Of course, you know why? Because they're waiting. They're waiting, and it just happened now. It just begun. And where did it begin? Because Elvis, he was born in Tupelo, Mississippi, but he, and I've shown all the connections with that, but he moved when he was 13 years old, he moved to Memphis, Tennessee, okay? And I've connected the Memphis, Tennessee to the MLK and all that stuff, so forget about that right now, because all that is connected, but he lived and died in Tennessee, right? And now Tennessee has just came out with a bill having to do with AI, okay? And let's listen to what this guy says, because I can't play it because it's going to get a copyright, right? So let's listen to what this guy says. So this is the governor. His name is Bill Lee, and they have a they have a new bill out. Let's listen to what he says right here.
What happens in our state. So I'm very grateful. We did not do this. You all did this. You have put us in a position to be able to create the changes necessary. So today we're together with the Tennessee General Assembly. We're going to introduce this key legislation that will protect voices.
Hold on, folks. Why is this not focusing, man? You piece of... It doesn't want to focus.
Likeness, voice, and image security to create the changes necessary. So today we're together with the Tennessee General Assembly. We're going to introduce this key legislation that will protect voices. It's called the Ensuring Likeness, Voice, and Image Security Act, ELVIS Act, the Elvis Act. And here we go. The original legislation that was put in place was in part because of the... Did you hear that? Of the robbing of the Elvis identity. And
did you hear that? It's called... Where the heck did I put it? Hold on. It's called Ensuring Likeness, Voice, Image Security. But they said "and" in part of it. They said ensuring likeness, voice, and image security. But they're just telling you what, because you don't say the "and." So it's ensuring likeness, voice, image security. You see it? Ensuring likeness, voice, image security. It's Elvis, okay? And so this is connected to AI, okay? Because I told you that that's what's going to be, whatever this technology is that's going to connect Elvis's image or his name or the number of his name. I told you it's going to be connected. And what better way to start with the music industry? Because that's what I told you guys, that once it comes out, the music industry people, the influencers will be like, oh, look, it's Elvis. Yeah, let's all get, go out and do it. They make it like some kind of joke, but it's not a joke. All right. And what were they calling it, folks? They were calling it this. Look, Ensuring Likeness, Voice, Image Security Act. ACT. All right? What did I just tell you about that? CTAC, the Antichrist. It's the ACT Act. If you not see it, what I'm telling you, it's called the Elvis Act. ACT, the Antichrist. Okay? Are you understanding what I'm telling you? And it's in Tennessee. It's the first in America. It's the first one. It's the first bill that is trying to make this law. Not to be able to do AI, like stealing it. I mean, do you understand what I'm telling you, man? Okay? Are you understanding how incredible that is? Okay? And I told you that the name Elvis with the word birthday equals the exact same numbers in gematria as the Antichrist. exact same numbers, forward, backward, reduced, every number. Okay? Do you understand what's happening here? Okay? All right, like I said, folks, this is just the beginning, all right? And, I looked up what this equal. If you just wrote, where is it? I can't even find, if you just wrote this, ensuring likeness, voice, image, security, it doesn't really add up to too much, that I can come up with right away, but if you add, after you put this, like these 5 words, then you put Elvis with the name, then it has something, so you put those 5 words and then the word Elvis, and then it does something. See, look, so I put ensuring likeness, voice, image, security, which is the Elvis Act, and then put the word Elvis, okay? So I put all that, then Elvis, and then this is what I got. So this is the only thing I could get out of it that was anything important. See, look, I have a 666 at the bottom right here. So you have 477, and basically it's like saying 4 sevens, and then, because I'll explain that in a moment. But you have a 666. Then you have Elvis's birthday backwards. He was born on 1/8 with a crown. There's other stuff, in that. But that's the only thing I could find that could connect to anything. But I'm just saying it's pretty big deal. I'm just saying. And you know why I put that there? Because because the first number is 477, and the reason I'm saying that is because look, because the Antichrist equals 154, and 77 plus 77 equals 154. You know what I mean? No, the parentheses doesn't have a numerical value. I just was showing you that I put Elvis in. No, that the parentheses doesn't. No, but thanks for asking. But anyway, so 4 sevens equals 154. That's why I was saying that. And of course, that Christ equals 77. So if you have a second Christ, that would be the Antichrist, because there's only one Christ, and that's Jesus. You know what I mean? So if you have 2 Christs, then it would be the Antichrist, because the Antichrist equals 154. You know what I mean? Just like I told you, it would be like the cross. There's only I always mess this up. Hold on, folks. I didn't mean to darken one of them, but sorry, you'll understand. 2 crosses. I meant to leave this one light, but anyway, two crosses would be the Antichrist. It's the double cross, right? Just like Manhattan has 2 T's, Seattle has 2 T's, because it's the Antichrist, the double Christ, the double, and the double cross, because Christ was crucified on a cross. You understand? And Seattle, it's right there in the word itself, because look, Seattle, you have the sea, right? Because I told you Elvis is the beast out of the sea. He's the Antichrist out of the sea. And El means God in Hebrew. So you have the El in Seattle also. And then what else you have? You have the TT. So you have the EL T T, which is the Antichrist, the double cross, the EL, which means God, out of the sea. That's Seattle. 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 Get it? Beast, the ELTT, the Antichrist, the double cross. God is EL out of the sea. Okay? Are you understanding what I'm showing you? Okay? Anyway. Oh, yeah, that's interesting what you're writing there about the Antichrist Act equaling Trump arrested. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah, satellite. I told you Elvis, the biggest concert ever was Elvis was the first, big name who did a satellite, and he had a billion and a half people watch his satellite. And you know what they call people from Seattle? Seattleites. and the concert where he did that was in Hawaii, which is his favorite vacation place where Obama was born. And Elvis, that place where he did the concert, the address was 777, and it looks just like the Space Needle in Seattle. Like the top of the Space Needle, it looks just like that place where he played. It was called the Honolulu International Center. Look it up yourself. I don't feel like showing it all right now. But and what do they call people from Seattle? Seattleites. Get it? And I told you Elvis, when he did his satellite concert from Hawaii, it was the biggest thing ever. Billion and a half. Not a million, billion and a half. Anyway, folks, like I said, I could go on all day with all the connections, but the because I told you the MLK connection is huge because Martin Luther King was killed in Memphis, Tennessee. Elvis lived in Memphis, Tennessee. And Martin Luther King is the king. Elvis is known as the king. Seattle's in King County. Now King County, where Seattle is named after Martin Luther King. Get it? They kill the king in Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis lived. The king had the king whacked. Now he's going to have the King County whacked, where Seattle is. Okay? Are you not getting it? And it's named after Martin Luther King now. That King County in Seattle. I mean, Seattle's King County, whatever the hell. But and when Elvis died on August 16th, 1977, that same year, on June 11th, the same year Elvis died, there was a horse that won the most prestigious race you can win. Because the horse racing is the sport of kings. Elvis is known as the king. Seattle's in King County. When that same year Elvis died, there was a horse on June 11th. On June 11th, the day I'm telling you Seattle's going to be struck, a horse won the most prestigious horse race. I mean, did the most prestigious thing you can do in horse racing, which is win the Triple Crown. And the horse's name was Seattle Slew. Slew means to violently kill. They're going to slew Seattle on June 11th. And the horse won the Triple Crown on June 11th, the same year Elvis died, 1977. You see what I'm saying? You can't make this stuff up, okay? They were doing rituals for this. I told you. The Elvis Act was just today. It was just announced today. What I'm just telling you right now. Yeah, I saw that information about the Prime Minister of France, which makes no sense. How are you going to have a 34-year-old be a Prime Minister? It makes no sense to me. That's why it's a big joke. What does a 34-year-old know? He hasn't lived. You gotta live, man, first. You gotta understand what's happening in the world. I'm not saying a young person can't know, but they have to live the life, go through hell and back for someone to know what's going on. I mean, I'm sure there's others who deserve it more, but of course it's all rigged. Just like the presidents are rigged and everything else. Elvis Act equals man of sin? Yeah, I gotta see that. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see what we get here. I'm sure I'll find something else. Hold on. Someone's saying, "How are you?" in Armenian. Yeah. Lavem, 2-inch bestas. Yeah, only one number is the same. I get what you're saying. Well, no, actually, I take that back. It's two numbers are the same, the forward and the backward, but the reduced numbers are not the same. But it's still good. Yeah. Um, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A 34-year-old doesn't understand all of it yet. Yeah, they think they know, because when I was like 30 something, I thought I knew stuff, but I still didn't know. I still didn't, fully grasp everything yet. You know, I think I finally understood when I was 50. Oh yeah, we were supposed to go to. Yeah, I know. I don't know what happened, but I know I couldn't go or something like that. Someone's asking me something. Yeah, I remember something like that. Uh, yeah, let me tell you. Yeah, I looked up. Check this out. I looked up because what you're bringing up, ELVIS, the free dictionary meaning. Let me just show you. So these are all. Oh, where is it? Man, they better say it. Oh man, now it doesn't want to say it. I just had it. Hold on. Why is it not saying it now? Hold on, folks. What did I ask it to get it? Now I can't remember. Uh, I can't remember what I asked to get it. Elvis. Unbelievable. My brain just doesn't want to work today. Oh, here it is. I got it. Yeah. Just look. To the person who's talking to me in the chat, just just talk to me another time, like in the chat, and we'll talk about it in the chat under the comment section, and then we'll talk about it. Right now I'm distracted, but I appreciate it. All right, so these are names of place, kind of like what I was just showing you. So they're called Elvis, and these are the names for it, like whatever the heck these things are. So if you want to go to that, I'm not going to go through all that, but if you want to look at it, let me tell you what it's called. If you type this in right here, type in Elvis, what does Elvis stand for? The free dictionary. Go to that and then click on it, and it'll take you to the acronyms, whatever the hell, whatever the meanings of those people, whatever they call ELVIS. But today's is what's important, okay? Once a long time ago, I showed something that had to do with underwater something that had Elvis acronyms, whatever, the initials, ELVIS, for whatever it meant. And it was for some underwater stuff. Now I can't remember. I tried to look it up again. I couldn't find it. Yeah, I know. I saw that in that earlier live stream. I think you talked about it. Yeah, the Seattle coach got fired today too. Yeah, Pete Carroll. And you know what? There was an avalanche today in California. Uh, and I was just telling you that Washington was doing controlled avalanche demolition. You know what I mean? Whatever the hell it's called. They were doing controlled demolitions in Washington State. The last few days. I'm saying, because Elvis's birthday just passed, and it's a super important birthday. Obviously, every birthday Elvis has is important because he's the Antichrist. Elvis' birthday equals the Antichrist. So every birthday he has is going to be special. All right. Anyway, folks, any last words? I'm going to delete this video. I'm going to talk about this again. This is not going to be the last time we talk about this, obviously. I want to do a shorter video just showing that and leaving it up. That way people can understand. If you think these are coincidences, you're just dumb. If you can't see the writing on the wall, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, and to the person who's having trouble with somebody copying, I can't do anything. Only a person who has the wrench can figure out who's who. And my wife is the only one who has a wrench, and she's asleep. So she doesn't live with me anyway. But I'm just saying, she's the only one with a wrench. She can see who's who. I can't. So if someone copied your channel, I can't do anything about it right now. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The ACT is super. It's the Antichrist initials, like I said. That's why cat is so important, because what is man's best friend, kind of? It's the dog, which is God backwards, and cat is kind of like, the cats are like a pain in the ass. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Dogs are more obedient. Cats are, they do whatever the hell they want. And the cat initials are the Antichrist backwards, And God is dog backwards. You know what I mean? It's I'm just saying, it's always, opposing thing, Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't trust cats, And I mean, I'm not even there's some dogs I don't trust either. I'm just saying, dogs can be just as violent as a cat, but I'm just saying dogs are more obedient, than a cat. It's very rare you get cats that are obedient, but there is some. There's always the exception to everything, folks. Just like with those crucifiers of Christ, those pigeon peckers, who I call, the crucifiers of Christ. I call them the pigeon peckers for a reason you don't understand, because the PP is the Antichrist. But these pigeon peckers, these crucifiers of Christ, there's a few of them that are good, and that's why God's going to save a remnant of them, But all those people who live in Israel, 99% of them are going to hell, because there's nothing holy about those people. The land is holy, but not those people. We're God's chosen, but God will still save a remnant of them. Okay? Jesus is God, and they reject God. Anyone who rejects Christ is Antichrist. End of story. And they reject Christ. So they have no chance for salvation, but there's a few of them that will believe and that do believe. So they will be saved. All right, folks. I'm not feeling good. Anyway, last minute, because I told you folks, I'm not feeling well because of my throat. It's not letting me breathe well from doing all this talking. I got to end it. So last 5 minutes, folks. Yeah. Anyway, don't worry about it. Whoever's having problems in the chat with trolls, they'll get taken care of next time. Don't worry about it. So anybody who sees weird comments in the chat, just disregard them, okay? It wasn't said by the person. Anyway. All right, folks. God bless everybody. And like I said, Jesus is God. If you came in late to the chat, you better watch from the beginning. And because I build up to what I'm showing, and like I said, I'll do a shorter version of this maybe tomorrow or the next day. Hopefully I feel better soon. But anyway, pray for me, pray for everyone in the chat, and pray for, people's families, you know what I mean? Pray for everyone. All right. But it's all in God's hands, you know what I mean? All right, 30 seconds, folks. I'm going to end the chat. All right, thanks for showing up. Oh, and make sure you thumb up the video. You lukewarm, lazy, unappreciative bums. Yes, that's right. Prayers will work, It will work, folks. You just gotta keep praying. You gotta be diligent. Is that what? Yeah, diligent. Keep praying. Anyway, God bless everybody. Jesus is God. End of video. I'll leave this video up till at least tomorrow or the next day. All right. Anyway, like I said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you watch all my live streams for the last year, and just keep watching the new live streams, and I'll explain what else you can do to understand my videos. Anyway, if you came in late, make sure you watch from the beginning. Watch from the beginning. End of video. Jesus is God.